Being spiritual is just our nature. It is life. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So you don't have to do all the woo-woo shit, right? It is just acknowledging and remembering your divine connection and then living your life, because your life is spirit. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Hello, if you are new, my name is Andrea Johnson. I'm your spiritual inspiration, here to inspire, empower, and teach you how to master your energy. Welcome to Conscious Coffee Talks, where we discuss topics to expand our consciousness and improve our lives. And let's dive into today's topic. So you have spoken to me about your problems finding time for spirituality. This is like the number one downfall I feel like people's issues are, is they never feel like they have enough time to connect with themselves, essentially, or to do spiritual practices per se. So I'm going to give you guys tips on how you can incorporate spirituality or spiritual practices in your life if you are a busy person like myself, because trust me guys, it can be done. Like they say guys, being too busy for God is like the biggest enemy. Which brings me to my first tip, which is you are never not separate from God, guys. So spiritual practices just allow us to take time to connect with ourselves, right? So you're always connected to this divine energy, right? It is you, it is your life, it's the reason you exist. So when we talk about spiritual practices or making time for spirituality, it literally is helping you just to be mindful throughout your day. And that is the purpose really of a spiritual practice, is to just bring mindfulness or calmness into your life, or connection back to you if you feel disconnected. So honestly, guys, this is a tool in which you can connect back to yourself if you feel like you need it in your life. So the point that I'm trying to get to, guys, is you don't need a spiritual practice or to do all the things that you see online, or to have the altar, sit down and do like the whole routine, the glamorized, like meditate, do your oracle cards, like journal, all that stuff. You don't have to do that to be spiritual. You're spiritual just because you exist, right? When you want to make time for spirituality, it's just making time throughout your day to connect back to yourself. Now, don't get me wrong. If you've seen my channel, you know I love my woo-woo shit, right? I love my crystals, my meditation, my incense. A lot of you guys see me burning sage out the wazoo here, but I love it. But I make time for that. But I don't have to have those things. I can just connect back to myself with my conscious awareness and be complete and not have to do all the woo-woo shit. Tip number 2, to make more time in your day, wake up earlier. And I know you're gonna be like, duh, Andy, I should already be doing that, but it's hard. But literally, guys, you don't have to wake up and do like a full-on meditation or journaling or anything like that. Sometimes you can just wake up and lay in bed for a little bit and pray. Sometimes you can wake up and just set an intention for the day. Or it doesn't have to be like, you know, an hour before you set like your alarm. It can be 15 minutes earlier of just mindful connection with yourself and setting an intention for the day. That is a spiritual practice. Listen to mantras or affirmations or something positive and powerful in the morning to get your mind on the right track. You want to imprint the subconscious with positivity or gratitude or something powerful or in alignment with your goals or the person that you want to be early in the morning, because that is when your programming will accept it more. That is when your brain is more susceptible, or the subconscious is more susceptible to information, right? So while you're getting ready for work or starting your day, turn on some affirmations, turn on a powerful podcast that you like to get you in the right mindset for positivity. Sound can really help us tap into altered states of consciousness or change our brainwave states, especially if you listen to bilateral beats or something of that nature. Sound healing, certain kinds of music can help elevate your consciousness or connect you back to yourself, bring your conscious awareness back to your body just by changing your brainwave state. So you are what you consume. So like on your way to work in the morning, or even getting ready in the morning, turn on music that will help your brainwave state or help you connect to yourself. I like to listen to Kundalini yoga music or mantras, and I will literally turn that on in my car and I will chant that on the way to my work. I probably look like a crazy person if you look in my car, see me drive on the highway or whatever, but I am listening to high vibrational music and I'm connecting to that energy. I am becoming a portal for that energy. and radiating that out, and it literally sets my day up for success. I'll drop some of the music and the mantras that I like to listen to in the Kriyas. You can use these things for manifestation in your life to actually bring in good energy and abundance in your life. And you can do this easily every single day just on your commute to work. My next tip is, if you have a desk job, listen to a podcast at your desk. Listen to a powerful message at your desk. Something of that nature. It can really help put you in a good mindset. There have been so many times in which I've turned on Gabby Bernstein and I've just had her playing in the background, and then I'll pick up on pieces of the podcast that literally change my whole day, right? Spirit knows what you need and what you need to hear in the moment. So it will tune into the aspects that are most important for you. If you find it hard to shift your consciousness back and forth between a podcast and doing your work, or maybe save it for a time of day in which you can do less thinking tasks, I guess you want to say, data entry or something like that, if you can. Another way that I like to connect to myself throughout my day is just mindful breathing, guys. If I feel myself getting stressed, if I feel myself getting anxious, if I have a rough meeting at work or something of that nature, I will literally connect my breath. I will close my eyes, I will shut my office door, and I will take just deep breaths and connecting with my breath. It brings my conscious awareness back to my body. It brings my mind back to my body. I remember who it is that I am, and I process the energy. I just allow my body to process what it needs to, that anxiety, those thoughts that stressed me out about deadlines or something of that nature. If I have to give a presentation or I have a lot of work coming in, whatever it so may be, I connect back to myself, and therefore I connect back to God. I connect back to spirit, and I am remembering who it is that I am. I remember that I am always guided. I am always never not alone, if that makes sense. And it just eases my central nervous system. It eases my mind. I realize that I can take on these tasks. I realize that nothing is truly wrong. Everything is okay. God will never give me anything that I cannot handle. And then I go about my day again. I basically gather my oats, connect with God, and I remember my greatness and my power and my divinity and my connection to something greater than myself. And then I go about my day again. And all it took was just a few deep breaths and calmness and processing the energy and then moving on. There have been too many times in my corporate career of where I have just held on to anxiousness, been so worked up over either a meeting or so much work coming in that literally it was hard to even do the dang work or to do the tasks that I needed to do because I was so anxious. I couldn't stop thinking about all the stress, and it was causing more stress. Another way to connect with yourself is to get out in nature. Oh my gosh, guys, nature is the best tool in which you can connect back to yourself because of the vibration it gives off. It is literally life. My work has a walking track outside, so I will actually take moments throughout my day, and one time in the morning, one time at lunch, and one time in the afternoon, to go out and walk a couple laps on lunch if the weather is nice, and just connect with myself, to just breathe, to just allow my mind to relax. And it's a great way for me to actually receive information or guidance on issues that I might be having in my work or problems that I might be trying to solve. There are so many times I go outside and I walk in nature, and one, I process energy and I feel so much better. Like my body feels better. I feel re-energized. And two, I get answers. Like I get clarity. So take time throughout your day to get up, go outside, go walking, connect with nature. You will connect back to yourself automatically because of just the energy of nature. My next tip, guys, is to incorporate prayer into your life. Mantras, prayer, whatever you want it to be, spelling, commanding the energy into your life. That's what prayer is. Connect with prayer, and that will help put you in a meditative state. That will help connect you back to yourself. That will help calm your mind and help you just remember your truth. You can say little prayers throughout the day and to just be thankful. You know what I mean? You don't have to have some kind of problem to pray or to talk to God. You can just talk to God at any point in time and it will listen, right? That is the beauty of being connected to this thing always, right? You're never alone. My last tip that I'm gonna leave you guys with, and you're probably gonna roll your eyes, make at least like 5 minutes out of your day dedicated to just stillness. Dedicate it to God. Whatever that looks like for you, you do an activity or you find peace, you find quiet, sit in your car, sit in the bathroom, wherever. Just take 5 minutes at least of stillness and dedicate that to God. Connect with God. When you put an action behind an intention like that to connect, magic will happen in your life because you are taking time to connect with God. And it sees that, right? It sees you're putting forth the effort. I always say the universe will always meet you halfway. And that is true. And the universe will never not do what you will not do for yourself, right? So you have to at least meet it halfway to signal to it that you were trying, and it will amplify your results. And then you take the breadcrumbs of what I call the universe and then you build upon it, right? So make some kind of a routine and try to stick with it of at least building out 5 minutes at the end of your day before even in bed. Maybe like just lay in bed and talk to God. Maybe that is your 5 minutes, right? Just set the intention for it and see what magic happens in your life. Like I said, guys, being spiritual is just our nature. It is life. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So you don't have to do all the woo-woo shit, right? It is just acknowledging and remembering your divine connection and then living your life because your life is spirit, okay? There's no disconnect here. I'm hoping that this video helped you guys out and helped you remember your truth and just maybe relieve some stress that just because you can't do the powerful rituals that you want to do every day doesn't mean that anything else that you do is less powerful, okay? I promise. Although some of the rituals are fun. You should make time for some rituals. But anyway, I'm sending you guys all my light and all my love. Satnam.